I think this is the best album I've heard all year. What's up, everyone? This is Tatum. I'm back with another episode of Fuck This Review, where today I'm going to be reviewing YEBBA's Dawn. Man, I'm going to just say this. First thoughts about this album. I think this is the best album I've heard all year. And I don't give that title out just as frequently as some reviewers may give that out. This is the best album I heard in years. I usually, me with discovering music, I usually find that's gonna sound cocky, but I usually find like a great artist every 10 years or so, like one of the greats. And she sounds like she has the potential to be one of the greatest we ever seen. This album is so personal. This album is so, from a production standpoint, it's off the charts. Shout out to her and Mark Ronson. I think he did bulk of the production. Her singing ability is crazy. You hear the pain, you hear the forgiveness, the letting go-ness of it all, with dealing with grievancy and pain. And man, I'm just so wild about this album. So first of all, if you haven't, anyone who's listened to this review and haven't heard this album, go check out YEBBA's Dawn. It's really, 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 really good. So I'm not going to take up too much of your time. I'm going to go through the records on here, talk about some of my favorites. I usually say talk about the bad things, but I don't really have anything bad to say about this album. So this is going to be just like a fan out session and giving my honest take about the music. So let's get into it. Before I start, make sure you hit that subscribe button, hit that like button. You can save your likes to the end, I know, but make sure you hit that subscribe button just to keep this family growing, and the more the merrier. This is YEBBA's debut album, and for a debut to be this strong is crazy. Only 12 records. One of them is an interlude. 38 minutes. It's not that long. Soon as you feel like you're getting into it, the album is gone off, and I'm like, I want to hear more. But the other side of me is like, yep, just leave it like that. Leave me wanting more. Don't stuff your album with 48 songs. The album starts with How Many Years. I'm gonna be truthfully honest with you. I didn't grasp the meaning of that record and the significance and the pain of that record until I watched her Tiny Desk, and it was like the last song she performed. And like just acoustic and just her and a guitar and piano, and this one could be a little bit more produced, is more, and that's Mark Ronson's thing. But this record is so meaningful on so many levels. The piano on here reminds me of some Stevie Wonder kind of stuff on Intervisions. That's what drew me in first. She said in the Tiny Desk performance that this was a song that helped her not so much get over, but helped her grieve in a way. It was kind of like she says things on here as how many years will it take for these tears to dry? Oh my Lord, please don't let them pass me by. Where can I run when my running is out of time? And just go watch the Tiny Desk. Stop this video, go watch her Tiny Desk, and just hear how she performs that record. Her vocals are off the charts, man. Like, then I have a thing. I got a soft spot for Blue Eyed Soul. I know, but I have a soft spot for it. And when it's done great, she shows me glimpses of the Amy Winehouses, the Adeles. And I know she's probably going to get that comparison a lot. But, man, this is tough. And the hook, these moments that I'm with you, under the pressure I see you through, so live out the wonder way past the borderlines. Adventure as far as the eyes can see. I'll try not to miss you too desperately. Live out the wonder way past the borderlines. And she stretch out the way she stretches out borderlines at the end, and she's like, you just hear her pain. But I don't think the one on the album does it. The song is much justice as that live acoustic version. So, man, go check that out when you get a chance. That Goes in the Stand, and oh man, that song is so... Her vocal performance on there is just disgusting. The way she... Whoa, like you hear that pain, bro. She said, when you went away, moonlight took the day, stars and darkness all collide in the loneliest of space. Her pen is... it's a song on here I'm gonna get to, but some of the lyrics read as novel-like. I found myself listening to Stan, and I couldn't get past it. I was literally stuck right there. I was like, oh shit. I text people. I said, okay, 2 songs in, I'm like, oh, this might be the best stuff I've heard all year. Like 2 songs in, and by the third one, by the time we got the Boomerang, oh, Boomerang so Boomerang is so freaking dope. It's a line in there I'm gonna save for my best line, but since I'm talking about it, I gotta at least say something from it. The way she opened the song so vividly, and I rewinded this part back as well because I had to catch. I was like, did she just say that? If I shoot him in the stomach, then he's hurting on my dime, and if I shoot him in the head, then he's dead and he's living on mine. My reflection in the mirror, her perfection in his eyes. I'm a danger to myself. I run from 12 and take my rage across the county line. I was like, yo, the fact that she even said I run from 12 is nuts in itself. And the production is so great. Mark Ronson, just to give him some credit right now, Mark Ronson has an eye for great talent. Like, he rarely miss when Mark Ronson works with you. You know you're something. And I think he wanted to sign her to his record company as well, but she took I think she signed to RCA, and RCA don't miss with the RCA doesn't miss with, I would say, R&B. They really don't miss with that. All I Ever Wanted with You is a great soulful record, and the way that hook comes in, it gives me like this could just be me, but this whole record gives me that gospel feel. Like it's weird because the song itself is so lost love kind of thing, but the music itself is kind of liberating, like some gospel. Like, by the time it gets to the hook and everything build up to the hook and you hear all I ever wanted was you, it just, oh my gosh, are we doing this? Are artists still allowed to make great music like this? That's what I was thinking at this point. We get to Far Away featuring A$AP Rocky, and okay, here's the bad part. A$AP Rocky ruined this song. I love how she had like the hip hop drums on it. It was just a vibe, and she getting in her bag. Speaking of bags, next right here, but she getting in her bag, and then A$AP Rocky kind of ruined it. First, I was kind of with him like, I forgot how he opened his verse about I might get a tattoo, a strip, some stupid stuff, and then by the end of this verse, it was like in this unaudible voice that he was trying, and it was just too much. It was just too much. Like, and I know they signed to the same record company, which is probably why this record happened, but it was like, come on, like, this, you ruined it, bro. But that song itself is, Dawn is the interlude. October Sky, dog. October Sky, she has a line. She said, well, she slid down the hall. And the song October Skies is, before I get into this line, October Skies is about her mom, and which most of the record is, but this song puts you right into the picture of her mom coming home. Her mom was a teacher, I believe, and she brought home rockets from her one of her students, some of her students. So the line, she says, she slid down the hall in her socks and yelled, "Come outside." No, nothing's wrong. I just happen to have a surprise. Listen to how this is reading off. It just sounds novel. Like, well, she slid down the hall in her socks and yelled, "Come outside." No, nothing's wrong. It just so happened I had a surprise. We fell through the door like autumn leaves. I wrestled my brother down to his knees to watch as her rocket shot into the October sky. What? You could wake up at 2 and then party all night, but I'm missing my mama, so I'll stand in the streets and get high, in the way that she says that last line, get high. Oh my gosh. Like, you know, it's the thing when like as a fan, you know, with certain artists, like, we love Pain so much and they do it so well. It's reasons like this, because listen to how beautiful it is. Unfortunate for the situation at hand. Trust me, I know how it feels to lose a parent. This is beautiful art, man. This is like really, really beautiful. Louis Bag, stupid record. And that one has that put it in my Louis bag. Like, it's a vibe. It's a bop in itself. And the fact that she has that type of sound on this album too, and she's killing the vocals on that. Like, she's not just, they cut my palms with papers made from autumn's leaves. I'm bleeding out of disclaimers into my family trees. Fuck the interviews with Enterprise. I'd rather look into my mother's eyes. Damn. Samino, I think that's how you pronounce his name. He killed that too. He fit perfect on here. Did way better job than A$AP did on that other record. One More Smile, that's another record that's probably my favorite. I rewound that song so many times, and that's, to me, is just a interpolation of the Louis Bag. It sounds so soulful, and it gives me like this Jill Scott vibe. I'm like in a smoky jazz club listening to her just on her piano singing this record, and it's just that raw talent, man. It's just raw talent. Love Came Down. I could see that song being in commercials. Like, out of all the songs on here that's commercial, Love Came Down, that hook, we're gonna hear that song somewhere, placement somewhere. Distance is another one that gives me that soulful neo soul like vibe. Late night cooking in the kitchen. It's just like, oh, this is beautiful. I could play this album all day long. And the last record, Paranoia Purple, she's speaking. It's a beautiful, such a beautiful record. Her vocal performance on there is so amazing. It's a song. It's kind of the closure. I mean, in more ways than one. Like she speaks she speaks as her mom in a way. Say now, when life is over, will you find somebody good enough to hold you? Someone like my Abigail. And I was like, oh, this is beautiful. To even have the courage to write these kind of records about your mom. It takes courage, man. I commend her for that alone. I'm fanning out too much. Let me get into my best songs. Stand, One More Smile, and October Sky. I'm gonna have to go. It was either between October Sky and Paranoid Purple, but I'm gonna have to go October Sky. Sorry. Worst song due to ASAP Rocky is gonna have to be Far Away. Best line. She says, my daddy didn't like you from the moment you two met. He knew too well you would drag me through hell and never come back for the baby we regret. I said, oh my gosh, did she just say that? Do you know how ill that is? Do you know how ill? As far as the rating, I'm giving it 5 out of 5. 5 out of 5. Perfect album. Perfect album. And I don't give those out at all. So I'm done fanning out. Let's just wrap this up. In closing, when it comes to YEBBA's Dawn album, this is a beautiful piece of work. I'm so glad I listened to it when I listened to it, because this is the best album of the year. Another thing, if rappers stop using her name with like Yabba Dabba Doo and stuff like that. ASAP, that was terrible. Sidebar. But this album is so good, and it's short. It's only 30 plus minutes. You'll get through it. I promise you, if you don't leave this album thinking, wow, that was different, I needed that, you can unsubscribe to my page. You don't even have to look at any more videos, but I'm telling you, this album is the one. She poured out her pain, lost love, relationships, mom. You know how hard it is to lose a parent, and to be able to, the songs she had on there were like conversational pieces with her mom. She's giving you actual home video footages in the actual video. So this is very personal. I know it has to be personal with her, and I know it's gonna be tough to perform these songs continuously. If this album is big as I think it is, and I see it to be, she's gonna perform these songs for a minute, and that's gonna be tough. But man, my heart goes out to her. My heart goes out to just the art itself, because this was just beautiful. I'm glad she was able to give this to us, and that's pretty much it, man. Last thoughts. Let me know in the comments what some of your favorite songs on here. Am I being too dramatic with saying this is the album of the year? And if you haven't listened to this album, I hope I did enough promo for you to say, let me just check it out, because he's going crazy. And that's pretty much it. As always, though, fuck this review. I'm Tatum. Peace.